I pulled this picture from a video I was watching. So let's talk about relatedness. You are 50% related. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start here. You are 50% related to your parents, but you are also 50% related to your siblings. And then you are 25% related to grandparents, and then 12.5% related to cousins. So let's look at that here. So you can kind of imagine it like a rainbow of relatedness right here. In the center here, we have your father, your mother, your sister, and your brother, and you're 50% related to them. Right? But actually, yeah, let's stick with percentages. Actually, that works. So 50% related to those most immediate members of your family, and you are most likely to be altruistic towards them. And then you have this outside layer here. This would be grandparents, uncles, and half siblings. They are going to be 25% related to you. Then you go to cousins and great grandparents, and that's going to be 12.5. Basically, we just keep cutting the amount of DNA that you share with them by half as we go outside this rainbow, right? And so this creates some very interesting altruistic kind of calculations. So we know that we're very likely to help people in the middle of this rainbow here. And so let's say, for example, that you, at the expense of your own life or whatever, you need to save members of your family from dying. Let's say that your brother is hanging off of a cliff, or sister, or whatever. Oh wow, my roommate's going crazy. So let's say that they're hanging off of a cliff, right? And you have to save them. And then your cousin is also hanging off the cliff. So there's your brother here and your brother is hanging off a cliff, and then your cousin is hanging off a cliff. You're most likely, according to the selfish gene theory, going to help your brother rather than your cousin. And that is because you share more DNA with your brother. But here's where it gets interesting. Let's say your brother's hanging off the cliff, but two of your cousins are hanging off the cliff. Will you save your two cousins, or will you save your brother? I don't know about you, but I'm going to save my brother. I'm sorry, cousins, but he's my brother, right? So my cousins are still going to die at that point. So let's look at why. So my brother, his name is George, he has 50% of my DNA. My cousins only have 12.5%. Even when there's two of them, that's only 25%. And so I still get more of a DNA amplification by helping my brother. So how many cousins is it going to take? Well, if it's between my brother and, say, 5 cousins, which is like all of my cousins, basically, my entire extended family, if my brother is hanging off of a cliff, and then, why am I drawing this? And then, why am I laughing? That's the bigger question. And then let's say that that my cousins are all trapped in a van and it's on fire. Wow, I might need therapy. Anyway, let's say that they're all hanging off of this one's hanging off a cliff, and this van is on fire. Do I help my 5 cousins, or do I save my one brother? So my one brother is 50% related to me. My cousins are 12.5. But there's 5 of them. That makes 6.25. So at that point, according to the selfish gene, I would be more likely to help my 5 cousins and save them from my van with a heavy heart, right? But my brother would probably say, no, go, just go. help them because he also knows. Anyway, another thing to consider, it's not just that. It's not just strict numbers. There's other things to consider too. Like, for example, if it's between my brother and all of my uncles and all of my aunts. So I have 4 uncles. Wait, I have a lot of uncles. Whoa, hold on. How many uncles do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 aunt, 5. Okay, so related to me, I have 5 uncles and aunts. 6 uncles and aunts. And so if I have 6 uncles and aunts and they're all in that van, but it's against my brother, so my brother's 50% related to me and they're 25%, the math would look like it would work out for me to save my uncles and aunts. But here's the thing. I'm still saving my brother. The reason for that, and I wouldn't even think about this, it would just be instinct. The reason for that is my uncles and aunts are done reproducing. They're not going to have more kids at this age. They no longer serve me toward genetic amplification. My DNA can no longer amplify them. But my brother, he is of reproductive age, and therefore instinctively I know to save him. You see? And this is another reason why we are so devoted to protecting the lives of youth, because they have reproductive capability and help our selfish gene.